Hi Taurus, welcome to your end of April 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Oh, two cards wanted to come out. Well, they're both Major Arcana cards, so there you go. Oops. I probably should. Okay, we got a couple of pages. We have a lot of messages coming through. Maybe, eventually. All right, so let's look here. I'm going to start with the past position before I bring out this bad boy. Literally. So we have Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot card. Now, they're not next to each other. One is number 7, one is 10. But they're both connected with possible some kind of good thing happening. Actually, both of them, I think, can be about traveling. The Wheel of Fortune is a card ruled by Jupiter. And the Chariot can actually be a car. Maybe it's like a road trip or something. But yeah, so kind of coming into a phase, Taurus, that is a good one for you. And of course, you are going to have a solar eclipse at the end of the month. So that could be something good coming your way. Those cards are in the past position, though, so it would have been something good that already has come about. And yet, who do we have here? Let me just show you in the upright position. We have the Knight of Swords. So I picked it as a reversed card. So this can be someone who is maybe not happy with that success. The type of people I could think of are whether it's a coworker, if you got some kind of assignment that they wanted, he wanted, if you got the promotion that he wanted and he's kind of making your life miserable, usually this type of person will retaliate verbally with cutting kinds of words. There's an immaturity with this person. And more so, there can be a malicious streak in that person. They're very verbal and mental, because it's air sign energy. So their words are their weapon. And that could be anything from slandering, gossiping about you, to maybe like just cutting you down personally to your face and making it unpleasant for you to work in the same place. This could be a partner who is immature, who can't handle your success. Maybe it makes them feel like they're a failure, and it hurts their pride in some way. So whoever that person is, it can feel really bad because you're having this great run of things, and it's like you want that person to be supportive of you. And yeah, if this is a workplace situation, obviously there might be a bit of competition, and it might feel like maybe it's normal for people not to get along. But I still think that the ultimate thing is when people are able to be happy for other people's successes. Another thing about the Knight of Swords is it can be a lawyer. So this could be an underhanded lawyer. Somebody is that a redundancy? No, I'm just kidding. The higher message is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Eight of Wands in the upright position is all systems are go, things are moving, and there's some kind of a delay. And what I would say is the higher message is maybe you have been, if like, let's say you are getting divorced and you have already gone through a lawyer who is not somebody that you trust, it may take longer for you to do what you need to do. You have the winds of luck at your back, so it's not going to be that bad if things are delayed a little bit, because you still can have some good things happen, so don't feel bad about it. What crosses you is the Knight of Pentacles. This is actually your card. So here's another Knight. The Knight of Pentacles is someone, and this is why it is associated with Taurus, who is a very, I was going to say a workaholic, but it's not so much that as somebody who's very dedicated to that whole routine of working, because they're motivated by maybe what they're getting. If they're getting money, they're just kind of like doing what they have to do to meet their financial goals. And this is kind of that Taurus energy when a person gets into that routine of working and doing their life like that, is that they can have a comfortable life, but sometimes it can lead to being in a rut, and the person doesn't have any kind of imagination about what it is, what other things that they want to do. They're just kind of going through the motions in a way. And also, oh yeah, well that's one aspect of it, but there's also another aspect of this card. If I read it as a reversed card, this could actually be somebody who is very lazy and irresponsible with money. So if you have had any kind of a history or a pattern choosing, if you're a woman, a man, because, I'm going to tend to look at this as male energy, not to pick on men, but just because both of these cards, these are knights, and they're supposed to be associated with men. If you're a woman who, or I can just say a person who has a tendency to pick irresponsible people like this, you can't really blame the other person, because they're being who they are, and they're probably showing you who they are, and you still allow them free access into your life. So you have to ask yourself what's going on there, like why are you doing that? And a lot of times you may be doing things for the wrong reasons. You may be physically attracted to them, and so you overlook some of the other things against your better judgment. There could be all kinds of reasons why you're doing it, but it's not necessarily a very good thing, because you may regret it quite a bit if you don't, realize it sooner rather than later. What's coming in is the Page of Cups. This can be the realization of how you have allowed yourself to be bamboozled. This is, you can see the fish. This is a card associated with Pisces. So it can be that sense of innocence, but also gullibility that this card represents. Sometimes this can be a nice thing where it's like a new love coming in for the person. But sometimes it can be, man, did I not see that coming? And why didn't I see that coming? I should have seen that coming. Just kind of like slapping your forehead and saying, what was I thinking with that person? And realizing that maybe that even like, what I was thinking is, even if that person's like irresponsible, this is the crazy thing about it, is a person like that can be the first one to complain or be unsupportive if you're doing well, even when they're, well, especially since they're not doing well, but they're not even thinking about how that benefits them, because, you getting a promotion, getting a new job, maybe getting a company car with the chariot card, and getting a new car courtesy of your company, that is something that will benefit them, but they're too busy trying to protect their ego because their ego is bruised. And what's really going on in that case is that person doesn't feel good about themselves. Well, that can be a springboard for them to better themselves. So be sensitive if you are in this situation. Don't be so incensed that you just go off on them and say some mean things. Acknowledge that you understand that they might be frustrated with their life and where they're at. And, if you really think that person, if you really love that person and you think that they basically care about you, then you might say, hey, I can give you some tips, I'm here to support you. But if you feel that person likes to complain and they're not willing to better themselves, then you know what you have to do. And the Page of Cups is like, don't, see things in such a rosy manner, in such a rosy way, if it's not what it is. See things as they are. The outcome is the Page of Pentacles. This can be a message about work. This can be money. Student, this is like student vibes. So, going back to school, or maybe just taking a class, some kind of training course for something that perhaps you're going to use career-wise. And you're wanting to learn more. This can be hearing from an earth sign. The Knight of Pentacles can be some earth sign person that perhaps you have, who likes you, but you're so hung up on the Knight of Swords in reverse. And now maybe you're going to pay attention to messages from the Knight of Pentacles, because you realize that person is much more your type. You might find the Knight of Swords individual very exciting because they're very unstable. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.